So your boy Kong's back at it for a fourth time, but this time he's looking for that franchise money, which I think that's what most of the actors were looking for too.
Moving from beat to advance the plot as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
What?
But love it or hate it, I want to break down the cool little Easter eggs they slipped in and drool at how attractive John C. Reilly was in that uniform.
We're all gonna die together out here. You shouldn't have come here.
So at number 5, but not really, we have the most obvious one, which is the callback to this classic Jurassic Park line.
Hold on to your butts.
The reason why this one's so hilarious to me is because the director never really asked Jackson to do it, and he kind of just slipped it in the script, and Jackson didn't question it. He just went along and quoted the line when he was on set, which then of course had Roberts, the director, wishing he had slipped in some Big Lebowski lines for Goodman.
Am I the only one around here who gives a shit about the role?
Keeping with the numbers for you, we have the film's inspirations. There's the obvious war film influences from the 70s, to the director even calling the initial idea for the story Platoon meets Ray Harryhausen. Other Easter eggs become pretty meta, such as John C. Reilly's jacket, which has a saying on the back of it calling back to his character of Steve Brule.
For your health. For your health. For your health. For your health.
The jacket also serves as an homage to another one of the director's favorites, Akira, with the quote that it has. Also, on the front of it, there are patches alluding not only to the monster we see in the film, but the insignia calling back to Taxi Driver, who just so happened to have a King Kong patch himself. The natives of Skull Island also had specific designs on them that was not only meant to symbolize their language, but what was cool is how it alluded to classic 8-bit circuit boards according to the director. He also stated that he was inspired by Miyazaki for a couple of the creature designs in order to differentiate itself from all of the previous incarnations, which, speaking of, gives us Kong's long history at number 3. This piece not only had the original 1933 version, but also a 1976 version with Jeff Bridges and Jessica Lange, a Peter Jackson short film in 2005 starring Naomi Watts and the Oscar snub Jack Black, and not to mention all these other ones before arriving at yet again another reboot. And while they definitely pay homages to the ones in the past visually, they obviously wanted to find a new way to reamp the story, so they followed what I'm calling the indie buster effect. You start off by signing 2 international stars in order to get funding overseas, and then you pick a random Sundance movie or one from South by, and then call up the director, and boom, you got yourself some money. For example, Jordan Vogt-Roberts directed The Kings of Summer, which really only made $1.4 million at the box office, and Kong made that like in an hour. Colin Trevorrow's Safety Not Guaranteed made $4 million, and then he followed that up with Jurassic World's $1.7 billion. Gareth Edwards' Monsters also made $4 million, before moving on to the Kong tie-in Godzilla, which made $500 million, and then made a full $1 billion with that redundant Star Wars story. It's pretty much become a formula of getting indie directors to helm big, successful blockbusters, unless you're my boy Josh Trank, who one day we'll see the director's cut and he'll be redeemed. One day. But finally, skipping to number 1, is the after credits scene. We all know that in 2020 they want to have the dawn of justice of beasts and are pretty much building up the cinematic Monsterverse. We already have the Monarch organization as a connection between both films, and an after credits scene that hints at Mothra, Rodan, King Ghidorah, and of course the star of the best movie released in 1998. There is, however, like a huge gap between both movies that we have so far, so I'm guessing that they're either Days of Future past it, that way they can focus on the 70s cast and wait for Kong to grow to Godzilla size, or in my crazy fan theory, just unite both through Pacific Rim's portal, and then boom, your problem is solved. I mean, it's not much crazier than the Hollow Earth theory that they present in Kong, which I actually searched up, and get this, people actually believe there's an entire world inside of our Earth where civilizations and such just live, and that's why we've never seen them before. And I thought flat earthers took the cake. Either way, it's all building up to the Godzilla versus King Kong fight, which, if you're too impatient to wait, the 60s version has already given us the answer. And it's King Kong. But my money's on another guy.
King Kong ain't got shit on me!
Thanks for watching. I'm curious to know your thoughts down below. Are you Team Zilla or are you all out Kong? I'm also curious if Roberts is going to return or if they're actually going to let him focus on his Metal Gear Solid movie and hopefully break the curse. Let me know your thoughts on the movie down below in the comment section. And don't forget, if you subscribe and follow me on Twitter, you and your family will get an all-inclusive paid trip to Skull Island courtesy of the Trump administration. Until then though, keep watching movies and I'll see you guys later.